A warm greetings to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the syllabus of UGC NET and JRF of psychology, and in this sequence we will discuss about the units one have to cover and the high scoring units from which the most scoring topics are continuously coming, and also I will provide some useful links and books to you. So let's start. Before starting, we have known that the eligibility for NET JRF examination is the master's degree in any particular subject. You have to complete it or having the last semester in the masters of any related subject. So here we are going to discuss about the psychology subject, about how we can attain good marks in it. So, as we know, NET is stands for National Eligibility Test, and JRF is for Junior Research Fellowship. So, it is conducted by National Testing Agency. You can see in the poster, and with a joint collaboration with UGC, University Grant Commission. Here we have a look of psychology syllabus. There are 10 units at all, and the first unit is emergency of psychology, the emergence of psychology. In this unit we have to understand some few new topics also. The first one is, we know, psychological thought in some major eastern systems. Bhagavad Gita, Buddhism, Sufism. Now I have to highlight it. Bhagavad Gita, we can say, Buddhism, Sufism, and integral yoga. And it is also including some academic psychology in India. Pre-independence era means before independence, what is the condition of psychology as per academics. So here are the post-independence era, 1970s, you can see here, and emergence of Indian psychology in academia, as I earlier mentioned it. Issues: the colonial encounter, post-colonialism and psychology, lack of distinct disciplinary identity. And in this unit, we have to cover also the Western approach of some psychological approaches, in which the Greek heritage, medieval period, modern period, and as the student of psychology, we know betterly the various systems and schools of psychology, in which the structuralism, who founded the structuralism, what is the main core ideas and points of structuralism. Second school or system is functionalism. Same way, psychoanalytical system, gestalt school or system, we can say, behaviorism, humanistic approach, existential approach, transpersonal approach, cognitive revolution, multiculturalism. So we have to cover all these topics. Student having the masters in field of psychology almost covers all these kinds of systems. Now the third part, which includes essential aspects of knowledge of parent, in which it is epistemology, ontology, and methodology. It also includes Western psychology, having positivism, post-positivism, critical perspective of social constructs, existential phenomenology, and cooperative inquiry too. And the most interesting and new part of this syllabus is yoga, Bhagavad Gita, Buddhism, Sufism, as I mentioned earlier here, So in this unit, we have to mainly focus about the Indian psychology. It also includes the spirituality portion of it too. So this is our first unit. In this video, I am just reviewing the syllabus of NET JRF of psychology. Second unit is the research methodology and statistics. And in this, the research portion includes the meaning, purpose, dimensions, and research problem includes variables, kinds of variable, or we can say types of variables, is definitions. Hypothesis is also included in this. Sampling, which is a very important topic in field of research, how we can take samples and what types of sampling. Basically, probability and non-probability is also included in it. We can say parametric or non-parametric too. And also its portion ethics in conducting and reporting research. What are the ethics? What are the rules and regulations while conducting a research? And in this section, we have a quantitative and qualitative mixed method approaches to quasi-experimental field studies, cross-cultural studies, grounded theory, focus groups, narratives, case studies too. So it is all included in the second unit of the syllabus. Now we will move toward the statistics in psychology. It includes the measures of central tendency, dispersion, or we can say the standard deviation, normal probability curve, basically known as NPC, parametric test, what are parametric tests, and the tests which are included in this section, and the non-parametric test, and which are the tests included in this section. Here it is given that the sign test and other tests like Mann-Whitney test, a Friedman test, etc., and power analysis and effect size is also included in this. Now we will move to correlational analysis. Correlation, what is correlation? How we can solve the questions related to it. It is mentioned in the bracket product, moment, rank and order. So we will have to clear all the concept about product, moment, rank and order. Partial correlation, multiple correlation also included in it. And another is a special correlation. What are the methods? Point phi coefficient, how we can calculate phi coefficient. And in this regression, simple linear regression, multiple regression, factor analysis, assumptions, method rotation and interpretations. Experimental designs includes ANOVA, very famous analysis of variance, one way. There are many kinds of ANOVA, one way, two way ANOVA, and MANCOVA too. Here it is mentioned at last as multiple analysis of variance, and ANCOVA is also recently added in this research or stats portion. Now single subject designs, how we have to choose design while during conducting a research. And now we will move towards the third unit, which is psychological testing, a very important unit. Here it is the types of test. What are the types of test? Basically, it is not a class, it is just a simple review about the syllabus of NET JRF. Now, next one is test construction, how we can construct a test, what are the process of selecting the items, how we have to write them in a proper way. So it is included in the test construction. Test standardization, it includes the reliability, validity or norms. As we all familiar that the reliability is very essential along with validity and norms. Areas of testing, it is mentioned in this syllabus that intelligence test, creativity, neuropsychological test, aptitude, personality assessment, and interest inventories. In this section, the attitude skills is also mentioned, semantic differential, Likert scale, computer-based psychological testing is also very famous now. Next part is applications of psychological testing in various settings. For example, clinical, organizational, business, education, counseling, military, career, and guidance. So it is all about the third unit, which is psychological testing, and this all is included in it, from the types of tests to the applications of the test. Now we will move towards our fourth unit, which is biological basis of behavior. It includes the sensory systems, means what are the biological sources of human behavior. Sensory system, what are the sensations, receptors and processes, neurons, the structure, function, types, neural impulse, synaptic transmission and neurotransmitters. It also includes the central and peripheral nervous system, its structure, functions and neuroplasticity. Methods of physiological psychology, it includes that anatomical methods, regeneration techniques, lesson techniques, chemical methods, microelectrode studies also included in it, and some non-invasive methods include EEG, scanning methods. For example, we can say CT scan and PET scan too, and MRI is also included in it. Now, another part of this unit is muscular and granular systems, types and functions, biological basis of motivation, hunger, thirst, sleep and sex, biological basis of emotions, the limbic system, hormonal regulation of behavior, genetics and behavior. So it also includes nature or nurture, controversy, twin studies and adaptation study. So basically this unit covers a biological portion. If you have uh, already good at your biology, so it is not too much difficult unit for you, and not for beginners too. You can easily start these topics and go through it properly, then there will be no problem. Now next unit is fifth unit is attention. Attention includes also along with perception, learning, memory and forgetting too. So in this unit, unit 5, we are covering attention, forms of attention, models of attention, and the second part, that is perception, approaches to the study of perception, gestalt and physiological approaches. Perceptual organizations is very important topic, and it is generally asked in various uh, examinations, not only in NetJRF. So it is also included in it. A perception of form, depth, and movement. Very questions has been asked from this portion, and in this signal detection theory, some liminal perception, related factors, information processing approach to perception. In this learning process, fundamental theories like Thorndike, Hull, etc., classical conditioning and instrumental conditioning learning, their concept, phenomena, and other related issues, reinforcement, cognitive approaches in learning, recent trends in learning, neurophysiology of learning. So all this is included in this section. The next section is memory and forgetting. What is memory process, and what are the processes included in it? Here it is mentioned like that: encoding, storage and retrieval. So what is this, and how these processes are related with our memory system? Now the another is stages of memory: sensory memory, short-term memory, working memory, long-term memory. So this all is included in it. Theories of forgetting, another section of this unit: interference, retrieval, failure, decay, motivating, forgetting. So now we will move our sixth unit, which is thinking, intelligence, and creativity. Theoretical perspective. You can easily read on your screen. I am just reading few of the topics. Problem solving, and metacognition. It is very important and renew a very new concept, we can say, for the students. What is metacognition, metacognitive knowledge, and metacognitive regulations? Intelligence, which is also very important concept, and various psychologists and various scientists provided their theories related to intelligence. Here in this syllabus is Spearman, Thurston, Jensen, Cattell, Sternberg, Goldman, Das, Carr, and Kelly. So now next one is creativity. Torrance and Guilford and next part is the relationship between intelligence and creativity. So here is the sixth unit. You can easily read on your screen. Seventh unit: personality, motivation, emotion, stress, and coping. So this is the topic of the seventh unit, and what it is including. It includes the determinants of personality, biological and socio-cultural. Sorry. So approaches of study of personality: psychoanalytical, neo-Freudian, social learning, trait type, cognitive, humanistic. So all the schools we have discussed earlier is also included in it. And basic motivational concept: what are the instincts, needs, drives, arousal, incentives, and what is motivational cycle. Approaches to the study of motivation: psychoanalytical, ethological, SR, what is stimulus and response relation, and cognitive, humanistic too. Next part of this unit is exploratory behavior and curiosity, Zuckerman sensational seeking, and self-regulation flow, motivational competence. And next part is related to emotions, physiological correlations, theories of emotions, James Langley theory, Cannon-Bard, and Lazarus. So this is also a very important part, and theories related to emotions is art generally and mostly in the paper of net psychology. And another is emotion regulations. It includes conflicts, sources, and types. What are the conflicts? There are mainly four types of conflicts, as you remember. Stress and coping concept models, type A, B, C, D behavior, stress management strategies, biofeedback, music therapy, breathing exercises, progressive muscular relaxation, guided imagery, mindfulness. Yes, it is very familiar term to you, and nowadays it is very much seen in various sessions. You can easily familiar with this term, what is mindfulness and how it is related to the stress coping technique. Yogasan, very famous nowadays. Stress and other related exercises, physical or psychological. So now we will move to our eighth unit, and it is related to social psychology. So nature, scope, and history of social psychology, and traditional theoretical perspective, field theory, cognitive dissonance, sociobiology. Yes, it is a very important topic too. And in this next one is social perception, attitude, it change, etc. And group and social influence, social facilitation, social loafing, social influence, peer pressure, what is persuasion, compliance, obedience, social power, reactance, etc. And in this also included in this syllabus and in this unit is aggression, group dynamics, leadership style and effectiveness, theories of intergroup relationship, minimal group experiment, social identity theory, relative deprivation theory, realistic conflict theory, balance theory, social exchange theory, and so on. Applied social psychology. It is also important part of this unit: health, environment and law, personal space, crowding, and so here we have ended our eighth unit of NET JRF syllabus of psychology. So now we will cover the ninth unit. Ninth unit includes human development and interventions. It is also a very important unit in the syllabus. Development process, nature, principal factors, stages of development. Various psychologists provided various stages of development, so it is very important. Theories of development: psychoanalytical, behavioristic, cognitive. You can easily see here various aspects of development: sensory, motor, cognitive, language, emotion, social. and moral. Psychopathology, um, concept, mental status examination and classification causes. So mental status examination is a very important and oftenly very familiar with the students who pursue masters from clinical psychology. Psychotherapies, yes, it is also very important and very familiar. You heard most of these therapies in your syllabus or from various psychologists. Yes, person-centered therapy, Gestalt, existential acceptance, behavior therapy, REBT, yes, very famous, CBT, MBCT, play therapy, positive psychotherapy is also very emerging nowadays. Transactional analysis, dialectic behavior therapy, art therapy, performing art therapy, and family therapy. Now, another section of this unit is applications of theories of motivation and learning in school. Factors in educational achievement, teacher effectiveness, guidance in schools, need organizational setup and techniques. Counseling includes here process skills and techniques. 10th one is last unit of the syllabus is emerging areas. What are the emerging areas in field of psychology? Nowadays, we heard most of them: issues in gender, poverty, disability, migration, cultural biasness and discrimination, stigma, social suffering, child abuse, and domestic violence. Also, peace psychology. It is also very important and emerging field. Violence related, non-violence related conflict resolution, macro level, role of media in conflict resolution. So it is also included in peace psychology. Well-being and self-growth, another section. Type of well-being, hedonic or hypnomonic, and character strength, resilience, and resilience is also very familiar topic. And post-traumatic growth, health. In this section, health promoting and health compromising behaviors, lifestyle and chronic diseases. We can also say it is related to health psychology, and it includes diabetes, hypertension, coronary heart disease, psychoneuroimmunology. What is psychoneuroimmunology? It includes cancer, HIV/AIDS. In this section, by the syllabus provided by the UGC, and the last section of this syllabus of and also of this emerging areas unit is psychology and technology interference. Digital learning, we have very familiar nowadays from 1.5 years. Digital equip and cyberbullying, cyber pornography, and very famous cyber psychology also, and various courses related to it also running in our India also, and consumption implications, parental mediation, all digital uses. So here is all we discussed about the syllabus of the NET JRF of psychology. I hope you got it, and I will provide the link of the syllabus how you can download it in the description. Now we will move towards the some important books, as we discussed earlier, what are the high scoring units in the syllabus. So here I am going to mention this in the slide. Some important units are: first is the unit second, research methodology and statistics. I have discussed earlier. Second important one is unit 3, the psychology testings, that it includes tests, type of test, construction of test, and so on. Other one is attention, perception, learning, memory, and forgetting. That is Unit 5. And Unit 6 also included in it thinking, intelligence, and creativity. And Unit 8, social psychology. So these are some basics units, or by doing some research work, I found that these all units covers so much scores, or having a high scoring units in NET JRF paper. Most of the questions have been asked from these units in NetJRF paper. So as you can see in your screen that somewhere now we will move to some important books. So you have to mention or you have to focus more on these units. All syllabus is very important and you have to cover all the syllabus, but these units includes more number of questions in your of NetJRF of psychology. Here first one is the Arihant. You can see on the screen that NTA, UGC, NetJRF and SET also psychology paper second. It also includes three model papers with latest solved papers. Here is the some features of this book. You can read it on your screen that what is the main features of this book, why you have to avail this. So I prefer this book to all of you, and now it is uh, edited and the new version or the latest version has been came in the market, and this is the latest version newly edition 2021 and 2022 of Arihant of same book. So you can easily purchase it, and these books are also available on, we can say, on online platforms like Amazon and Flipkart, so you can also easily buy it from there. Next important book is UGC Net Set of Psychology by Truman's Specific Series. It is also a very important and useful book for your preparation. Another book is the R. Gupta's Popular Master Guide. It also includes some solved papers, MCQs also there, and study material is very compiled and in a very good format. It is provided in this book, so you can also go for it. Another important book is Psychology Paper Second by Power Within Education. It is an initiative and institution which also provides coachings in field of psychology. So it is the book compiled by them, by the experts, by the teachers of this initiative of Power Within Education. You can also visit their YouTube channel. I will mention these links in my description so you can easily go there. And this is another section of this Power Within Education. They provide coachings, live courses, test series, exam books too. So you can also take help from there for your preparation, not only for NET JRF but also for other examinations related to psychology. And another very familiar initiative is UPS Education. This is also based in Delhi, and you can also get help from this initiative, this UPS Education. They also provide study material, they also provide mock tests, they also provide uh, books related to the competitive examinations of the psychology. So you can easily uh, go there and enhance your competitive skills and very helpful for your competitive preparation related to psychology net JRF. So you can also look at this. Here is the applications, or we can say a very important application by the Power Within Psychology. You can easily download it in your phone or in your laptop, and in this a very systematic and scientific study material with question answers with mock tests, various competitive related, we can say, material is easily available through this app. So you can also use it for your preparation. And at last, thank you so much to everyone for listening it. And anyone has any query or question related to it, you can ask in comment box. I will try to answer it from there.